So first of all, very good morning or very good evening for everyone because there are people from different locations uh, you know, in the world. So be before we start this session, can I have few understanding or few questions from your participants that before attending this session, what you felt or what you have in your mind that what should I gain from this session? Do anything have any expectation set within your mind so that it will help me to give you that type of actions as well apart from my planned pipeline that what I'm going to deliver today. If anyone have then they can give me in the chat box. I can have a means quick look. Other than that, we can start the data management and AI thing. uh, okay. Joel says some project ideas. Yeah, we will discuss with this project ideas at the end of this session, Joel. And please means remind me at the end of this session and get new ideas, data science ideas. Okay, so many people, the Sarfaraz, Reg, Akhtar, everyone is very eager to know about that what is data science and how it is impacting data management. Let's start the journey. Okay, so first of all, data management and AI. So every one of us think about every day that AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, then few classical machine learning things, then neural network, NLP, computer vision, and lots of things. But it is little bit niche area. You can say it's a little bit different from the conventional thoughts that data management and AI. So what? So before going to understand data management and AI, we need to first understand that what is data. Okay. So let me skip my this thing where I have some information about myself that already given by Analytics Vidya today. Uh, Let me go to the next slide. Okay. So before we start with the theoretical thing, let's have little bit look. I guess the voice is audible.
Yes, it is audible.
This
Is
is
it audible
Bob.
now?
He works as an
Yeah.
experimentalist in a systems biology project. This is Alice. She's a modeler in the same project. She does simulations of what theoretically should happen in the experiments. She works 500 miles away from Bob. They work together on a large and interesting research question. On a daily basis, Bob sends data to Alice. He normally puts it into a spreadsheet and sends it by email. Sometimes Alice gets a bit annoyed because each time the data looks different. No, not the results, but rather how the data is distributed on the sheet. Alice complains that she spends too much time writing software to make sense of the spreadsheets before actually starting to model the biological data contained in them. Sometimes Alice has to ask Bob what he really means when he sends the data. What does the H in cell E1 mean? What about the star in cell F1? Sometimes Alice has to ask Bob about old, long-forgotten experiments. What did the star in the table header mean? He has to look up that information in the lab notebook. Sometimes Alice misunderstands the representation of the data and has to redo everything when the mistake is realized. The lack of standardization and organization of data is no walk in the park for Bob either. Bob often gets new students that he needs to compile and hand the data to, but this can take him weeks to find everything and make it viewable for the new researcher. Bob has had requests from other researchers about data from his papers. This data is archived and long forgotten. He struggles to piece the original data together and has missed out on potential collaborations as a result. Bob and Alice's bosses also don't find this to be the perfect approach to work. With a large
So till this time, what we can able to understand, we can able to understand that whatever the data we have, it should be very organized way, and also the data should be indexed in such a way so that whenever we need the data, whenever we need to use the data, it should be come in a very simpler way. Other than that, it will impact the business more, because to finding the valuable data, valuable information, it will impacting the time of the business. And in any industry, time is very important, because time is the very highly important thing in our life, which can't be regenerated. We can't buy the time, we can't recycle the time, correct? So time is very important, and that's why whatever the value is, its value is not a money, value is the time. We are paying for the time, we are paying for the paying for the fast thing. Like for example, we are paying much more in the in the flights while traveling, rather than the train or any public transports like buses, means different cabs and all. So why we are paying much more in flights? We can use the ships, we can use the cruise ships, even we need to pay much less, but we're paying for that because the time we have is very less and it is very highly important. That's why to consume less amount of time, we need to be very, very organized, very, very collaborative, and very, very specific to what we need and where we are placing our needed or important information, so that it can be retried in a right way, in a right time, in a right manner. Let's go to the next slide.
turnover of staff on shorter contracts, and other natural disruptions such as illness, parental leave, or researchers moving up the career ladder via new institutes, managing and keeping track of all this data for the group becomes an impossible task. But there is a better way to handle research data. The formats of data can be predefined so that the identity of every cell, of every column, of every row has an underlying identity that is known. This is known as a standardized format. The data sheets can be annotated with metadata so that all information required to reproduce the experiment is packaged with the data itself. Standardized data improves Alice and Bob's research collaboration by preventing misunderstandings. This data, using these annotations, can then be stored in linked systems or common resources that allow colleagues, collaborators, and the public to find, access, combine, and reuse this data when appropriate. Even better, there are teams dedicated to doing this research. Coordinated work on standards for formatting and annotating data. Teams that generate whole dictionaries to exactly describe the nature of the data. Teams that build resources for public management of data. Teams that help you to help yourself. Teams that are participating in work on data and model standards. Teams that continuously shape, follow and translate the newest changes in research and associated data and model management best practices for use in your work. Teams that listen to how your group or your multi-site collaborative project want to handle your data and then propose tailored solutions based on the right standards and standard components. Teams that help you in using the best available data and model management to your best benefit, in your lab, with your science, in your scientific context. Teams that provide resources where you can put and manage your data and models in a findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable manner. teams like us. This is Bob.
Okay. So here what it signifies, this simple video, what it signifies actually, this team is nothing but a, you can take it as a AI engine, because why I am saying that, uh, let me explain. Suppose uh, here, if there is someone who will take care of your all data, of your all informations, how you are going to use in future, and how and what you need at the time, whenever in the future, that is the thing that the team will help you to be very organized, very specific, and very uh, channelized, that what need to be done with the data. Now here team signifies the AI engine, or you can say the neural engine, which is basically self-capable to understand, to realize your need. It's like, you can say, a couple's understanding. Okay, let me help you to in a different way, or a different thought process. Okay, so the engine, the AI engine, and me, or like say Mr. X, or here is Mr. Bob, is nothing but a nothing but in a couple's relationship. Okay, so in the couples, the boy and the girl, is uh, they have to be very organized. They have to be very synced with each other, so that the boy and the girl who are going to be married after few years, they should have a proper sync within them, so that whatever they thought, whatever they think, the other person can understand. And similarly, here the engine need to understand that what Bob need to do with his data. The main thing, or the main conclusion of this video, I can say that, if you have the data, it's no matter if it's really very organized way. Like for example, you can see this video here. You can see this data is going from, let me open my pointers. Okay, this person is doing something, and then the data is going to here, and then this data is this person is seeing the visualization. Similarly, this person uh, doing some entry within the database, and it will go similarly to the another, and then this person is able to see some visualization. Now, tell me one thing, that earlier days, this is actually the case, that this is the, in like for example, the normal numerical data, this is normal, if, audio data, this is normal, the computer vision or the image data. Okay, and it's used by the person who is actually need to use that, not the other persons have any use with the data, because they are not even connected with each other, and they're not even aware of that, how to collaborate within this data. Okay, so earlier days, this is the scenario. Now let me give you one thing, one few all information, that way back in 2010, our former Google and Alphabet CEO and executive chairman, Mr. Eric, said that there was a 5 exabytes of information created between the dawn of civilization through 2003. But nowadays, that much information is created within 2 days, and even it's a 2010. That's mean in 2022, it might be within few minutes or few seconds, right? So basically, mm, basically making decisions based on data is nothing new. But as companies pursue the goal of becoming more insight driven, it has become clear that there is a need to adopt new technologies and methods that facilitate data-centric and decision making at the heart of the business. At the forefront, here is the artificial intelligence or AI, which includes machine learning, deep learning, neural engine, neural network, and so on and so forth. AI has the potential to transform nearly all aspects of life, including how people work, study, travel, govern, and pursue their leisure activities. But in order to take full advantage of everything that AI has to offer, enterprises must also need to embed AI at the data level, ensuring that AI enables the full scope of the data management lifecycle for ingestion to curation and discovery, as well as driving applications that are built on that data. Suppose when it comes to data and the systems that manage it, enterprises are challenged in terms of increasing operational efficiencies and providing greater data access to a variety of data consumers. Enterprises need data management systems that run efficiently at high performance, capable of producing accurate results, and enterprises also need the data to be accessible to data scientists for building the AI-enabled applications. So this is the main reason why we need AI to be embed in or in collaborate with the data management system. Let me take one question. Uh, Soma asked me that SAS SAS is a good tool. Uh, See, there is uh, there is nothing more good or nothing more bad, but when it comes to AI, it's basically it's not, you can say it's not a tool. AI is uh is a science, is a what I say is a systematic way to use the information. Okay, so if someone has the idea to how to use the data in a very systematic way, he or she can do in any tool, because right now we are saying it's AI. After a few years, it can be something different. Like for example, earlier days we used GPS. Now it's a GPV. No, sorry, it's a VPS. Sorry, it's not earlier days we are using GPS. Now it's VPS. Okay. That is basically geo positioning system, and now it is a visual positioning system. So that is different, but ultimately the logic is same. The insight is same. The main difference is the more insightful information. So okay. Uh, Basumati asking that does AI help in convert data from different forms of PDF into a standard format for visualization? Yeah, it can be done, and it's right now nowadays, like for example PyPDF, and there are so many CV packages as well which help to convert the PDF informations to properly structured information, and then the structured information can be used in any visualization tool. So it can be done, and it's already in the market. People are using that. So let me go to our thing. Okay. So this is the thing. Let me check Q&A section as well. Okay. Shankar, right now we are doing theoretical. If you have any hands-on experience, you can connect with the admin, and or you can connect me later in the link via LinkedIn. We can discuss on that, because right now time is short, so we need to give a very high level idea to everyone so that everyone have the essence that what is data management and AI basically. Hope I will able to give you the answer properly. Thank you. Uh, okay, so now, so this is the one, and now let us go. What is nowadays we are doing? And these are basically the understanding, or you can say these are basic. My internet is quite slow. Okay, so this is I'm taking from somewhere, which is really very useful to give you the feeling that how we are going to use data in with multiple tools, multiple technologies, and multiple ways. Okay, so here the person who designed this thing, he basically very uh, very clearly show that we are getting the data from multiple sources with multiple ways and multiple formats. Now the data is coming from multiple data sources. Okay, that's fine. Now the next question is that how we are managing the data, because suppose for example, if you need to use a data to predict something, that's mean you need to also need the other social media data, other computer vision image data, that will help, that will basically uh, help your prediction or validate your prediction that is right. Okay. And now to do that, you need to store the data, you need to map the data to each other, so it will be connected in as such a dots that can be retrieved in future whenever your machine or your engine will need it. Like for example, there is a share market data. Okay, and in the within the share market data, it's nothing but a causal effects. There is something cause happen somewhere in the world, and the market will go up and down, and that is the effect. Now to do the proper prediction of the share market, you need to not only have the historical data of that company or or that share only, but also you need to have the information which is really related to that share as well. Because if because if you don't have the information, or your engine don't have the information of your share, as well as what are the connected external factors within your share, then how the engine will give you the proper information, right? Because you need to understand that whenever we are as a human going to predict, going to assume something about the share, that okay, this share might go up, go down for some day or for after some time, we have to have some information within our conscious or unconscious mind, and based on that we are reacting, we are explaining, we are giving our prediction on our own way. So that is the main reason engine also need the external information. Sorry. So this is so this is what one example I am saying. Like there is another example. Suppose you have a farming. Uh, okay, Ivan, I will explain that thing. Let me finish this first. I will come to that point. Okay. Uh, okay, so suppose there is a firm and there is a satellite images. They are capturing the informations of multiple section of the firm, and based on that image data, you need to give you the prediction. You need to give you the suggestion or recommendation to the farmers that what need to be done with that firm, with their farm, so that they will be benefited in their business. Right now, is that the only way to give the proper recommendation? Is it really work? No. Why no? The answer is because there are other external factors. Because with the satellite image, you are only getting the image of that soil or the area, right? But you need to have the proper specific information about the soil condition, about the depth, about the area, about the area's past historic uh, information, as well as the weather, as well as their culture, that what they are what the farmers or what those citizens basically have their day-to-day life, and how they are using that farm, so or that field. So basically these are the multiple points, multiple external factors that impacting the proper recommendation. If you are not going to give this proper information to the engine, then engine will not give you the proper recommendation or prediction, because engine will use your these external factors as a data points, as a data information, which the engine will going to map with the actual data, and then it needs to be analyzed on its own, that okay, I have this much of historical information, I have this much of mapping data, and these are the cause. Then then it will it then it's the causality. So this is basically the causality, and then it will be a causal effect, that okay, based on this cause, this will be the effect, this will be the impact, and I am going to recommend this points to my user. So this is the main thing the engine needs to be understand before going to predict, because because we all need to be very clear in mind that neural network or neural engine, this is not a magic, this is not uh, uh, this is not something that will give you answer right like this. It should be very scientific, it should be very data specific, and the not only data, it's the data should be very informative, so that the engine can learn. If the engine can't learn, the engine will not able to give you the proper information. And to let the engine learn, you need to first manage the data, you need to store the data properly in a very fashion and scientific way. And this thing will give you that information, that like for example here we are seeing that it is the raw data, then it is processing the data, and then trusted data. So it's nothing but what is trusted data? Trusted data means you can use the data in a very simpler manner, and this data is validated data. So whatever the engine is going to learn, that is validated by someone or by some other engine. Okay, like for example, take you viewers, take yourself as an example, that when you was a child, so you were a child, and you feel that that you need to learn something, and uh, whoever is whoever was in front of you people at that time, they will give you the wrong information. Like for example, if I told you 20 years back when you were a child, and that okay, showing a sun, I would say you that okay, this is the moon, and showing a moon, I would say that this is the sun. So your mind will capture that information and store that information, that is the validated information, because my mom or my dad is giving me that information. Because generally we people, what we do or did, we can't we actually we don't validate every data, and it's not possible to validate each and every information whatever we are getting, because in our daily life we are capturing, we are storing lots of huge information, huge data to our mind, and we need to analyze that what need to be done, what need to be go for the next day, and what is my fault, how to rectify that, and so on and so forth. So within this entire process, our brain is not capable to do every specific thing to be analyzed, and there are few things which we have to have the proper trust. So we are trusting our neighbors, we trusting our family, our loved ones, and if our loved ones, our trusted people will give you the wrong information, then you are going to penalize yourself someday because you trust that thing. Now, the point is that similar thing is for engine. If you are giving the wrong information to the engine, then how the engine will give you the right information? This is the proper reaction, proper impact, because you are giving the wrong data, right? So you need to be very, very specific to your data. Whatever you are learning every day, you should validate that. You like, for example, if you are getting the trusted information from a trusted people, then you don't need to validate because those are already trusted people. So you can trust those information blindly. Like way, yeah, you need to validate few information. Now, gathering all the information, you can use the entire information to generate some new actions within you, to someone or with someone. And all your data, all your information, whatever you captured, it's being stored within your mind as multiple blocks. Okay, your mind have multiple blocks, multiple neurons, multiple cells, which is capturing those information and transferring and storing the information in a very fashioned way. Similarly, in our real world, we are storing the data in different databases, data lake, data warehouse, in a very fashion and planned way, so that we can retrieve the data in any time whenever we need. So now coming to the next part of the ETL part, that is the visualization part. Suppose, for example, there is nothing for AI. Let's take some assumption, take some hypothetical assumption that let's forget about some for some time the AI part, the data source, whatever we have, we are going to use the entire data for the data visualization. Now the point is that suppose, for example, you are going to use this entire data to here. Okay, so we are going to use the entire data to this part. We are just for some time we are omitting this part. Okay, now this entire data is going to the visualization part, and now think about that your data is very, very raw and unstructured and very messy data. So do you think that this visualization tool will give you the proper visualization? No, right? Because to understand this line as well, I'm going to give you some examples. Like, for example, suppose you are going for a movie. You are going for a movie with your partner. Okay, now you are going to movie with your partner, and you are thinking that okay, I'm going to movie, and my partner is very, very uh, loyal to me, and I'm very happy with him. Okay, fair enough. And you are going to have some popcorns, coffee, and start seeing the movie. Okay, so this is the information that you have, correct? And the visualization is what? Visualization is that what you are seeing. So whatever you are seeing, that is nothing but the data what you have within you. That is that is the outcome of visualization, because you are seeing whatever you have in your gene, in your knowledge. You are not trying to distinguish that whatever the information is coming, I also need to analyze, reanalyze, revalidate it, and then relearn my information about myself, and then revisualize. You're not doing that. Okay, so let's do the go with the way, go with the flow that you are seeing that. Okay, now after some day, you call your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and you asked him, okay, that okay, let's go for a movie today. Today is weekend, right? and then and then she or he told you that I am a little busy and I have some important work to do. I have some important exams or something like that I have to do, and I need to stay here. So you thought, okay, she or he might have a very important work. So let's don't disturb that person. I am. Let's have some fun with my parents or something. So and so forth. Okay. You just leave that person because she or she is very important and have some very important work. Because till that time you are using your data, which is really very unstructured and the messy data. It's not clean data. And that's why whatever you are visualizing within your eye, it's again a messy information. After a few hours, you are getting some, you are scrolling your Facebook or your social media. I'm not going to say Facebook, any social media. Uh, and then and then you saw that there is a YouTuber, or there is someone is capturing any video of a park, or some movie hall or some shopping mall, and let's say shopping mall, and you uh, noticed or encountered that your partner is going with someone, holding his or her hand, and enjoying the weekend. Okay, uh, now this is the real information that is going within your mind, and then your mind is very clear with a very specific data that okay, this is the validated data, because you are seeing that. Seeing is believing. So you're seeing that, you are validating that, and now your visualization is very crystal clear to understand. Similarly, in our case as well, we need to, this data, whatever we have here, uh, this need to be very structured, very processed and trusted. Then only the visualization tools can able to show you the more insight, whatever we have within the data. Other than that, it's not possible for any visualization tool to give you the proper insightful information or data-driven recommendation to any user. Okay, so till now, any question to by anyone? Okay, let's go for next part. Now, so there are basically three ways AI is changing this data management system. So here we aware of this part. First is the from data management to data fabric. So the race towards this data management AI is going on, and however, establishing enterprise AI capabilities requires expensive, high performance data architecture. For many organizations, creating a data ecosystem into what we see at large tech companies like Facebook, Google, and so forth, so and so forth, is nothing more than a pipe dream given the reality of budget limitation and legacy system complexity, etc. This is where the sorry, this is the Alexa just beside me. It's doing something else with my Google means word. Sorry for that. Okay. Um, okay, let's come to the point that this is where the concept of data fabric comes basically, because we need to be very channelized our data, very efficient, very effective, and very specific, so that our budget, our money, our cost should be very means used very effectively. So data fabric is essentially a distributed data management platform that connects all the data points with all the data management tools and services. In other words, it serves as a unifying layer that enables data to be seamlessly accessed and processed in an otherwise siloed storage environment. Yeah, Sarfaraz, data fabric. So that's why I'm saying that according to the data diversity, some of the benefits of data fabric are large data storage for diverse types of data like image, audio, numericals, textual, and so on and so forth. Okay, to an easy integration and centralized access to multi-source data, single view of data across an organization, and superior tools for risk management. In addition to this, I can say that by consolidating all the data sources and applications into one unified distributed network environment, the data fabrics accelerated AI adoption. Now, the next one is the AI-powered data cleaning. So, data cleaning or data cleansing is one of the major part, because if you are not going to clean the data, then how are you going to use the data, right? So, poor data quality costs businesses money. Not only not only are data cleansing processes time consume and is going to consume the time and labor intensive, bad data also lead to bad decisions. In fact, according to Gartner research, the average financial impact of poor data quality on an organization is 9.7 million per year. Similarly, IBM found that in the US alone, businesses lost a combined 3.1 trillion annually due to this poor data quality. You can even imagine the quality, okay? The quality impacting the business a lot. Increasingly, data scientists are leveraging artificial intelligence and its subset machine learning for sure can automate and accelerate the data cleansing process. The third one is the intelligent enterprise data catalog. So it's basically an enterprise data catalog is that you can say a data and metadata management tool companies use to inventory and organize the data within their systems, short of like data analytics menu or guidebook. Like we have a different catalogs in our different shops. It's like that. Okay, by automating the discovery process, AI makes the enterprise data catalog much easier for non-technical professionals to use. Like for example, um, uh, um, you can say that AWS Azure provides so many automated AI system that will help non-technical persons also to also use the data or use the machine or engine according to their need. Even the person is not able to or not aware of the coding thing. So it's like that, you can say. Okay, so AI and ML algorithms can also populate and update data sets without human interventions, eliminating the need for laborious manual data entry. By optimizing data collection, curation, discovery process, this intelligent enterprise data catalog platforms, such as you can say the Microsoft Azure, Informatica, etc., also enable additional AI ML projects by ensuring data is very, very high quality, trusted, and pro to be consumed by the machine learning or neural engines. Okay. Someone asked me one question: the components that allow us to have so good quality data. Yes, Cardona, I can say that data fabric is very new nowadays, but the concept is old, and yes, data fabric is basically conceptualized in such a way, actually. Okay, now coming to, okay, I guess you guys can have some different understanding with this video GI image. Sorry. Okay, but my only intention is to give you the feelings that what is autonomy and what is automation or autonomous. Okay, so Fernandez and George, I will give you the information after this session because it's too less time we have. Yeah, let's complete the session. Okay, you can connect me separately. Thank you. Okay, coming to this area. So generally, there is a confusion between always autonomous and autonomy. We say that automated car, automated machine, automated that, these and that, and multiple things. Okay. Uh, Now you can see that this is also a car and this is also a car, and this car, you all aware of this person, that Mr. Bean, and even he's my one of the most heartiest, who, whose movie I really like to see every time, and his every movie basically surprised me that okay, this also can be done, and also feel me good every time whenever I feel down. Uh, but let's come to the point that here you can see that Mr. Bean is driving a car with some rod, or because of the washer handle, and there is no driver as well, right? So, oh, sorry. So this is basically is what? This is basically also a, just a second. Okay, this is basically also, you can say that a driverless car, but is it like that? It is not, right, because Mr. Bain is basically controlling the car with some, with his own understanding, with some his logic, and based on that the car is moving accordingly. So there is some manual intervention, and as there is a manual intervention, that is the autonomy. Similarly, in the next picture, if you see, so in this picture, it's really visible that the card is calculating those informations from different sites, and it is based on the calculated information, it is analyzing the data, and based on that it is the car is moving forward and going accordingly. So this is basically autonomous because there is no human intervention. Okay. Now, Forbes Council member Toby Macklin stated the difference between autonomy and automation nicely like this, that autonomy is self-sufficient and requires no human intervention. It can learn and adjust to dynamic environments and evolve as the environment around it will change. And automation, on the other hand, is narrowly focused on a specific task based on well-defined criteria and restricted to certain tasks it can perform. So this is the very specific difference between autonomy and autonomous. And why I am saying that, let me give you the idea behind explaining this as well, because in database management as well there are so many things. People might say that okay, I am doing the codes, the data will sync automatically, the data will go somewhere else, capture the data, do the data processing on their own, then it's also autonomous AI, right? I built that, but it is not right, because the whatever we are doing within the database based on the code, there are some logic, there are some specific criteria, specific guideline, and based on that, the tool is reacting, the tool is acting. This will be a autonomous database management system only if we don't need to say anything. The machine, the database will heal on its own. Like for example, there is a fabric cloths, like cloths you can see in Mission Mars in India. I know there are people from India who might remind in your mind that in Mission Mars there is a fabric cloth which is used for the satellite mission, and it is basically self-healing. Whenever there is a sparks of fires is coming and dropping the cloth or the fabric, um, uh, it will burn for some time, but after some seconds or some microseconds, it will healing on its own. So that is the different chemistry, or you can say the chemical science. It's something different, or I can say textile thing. I'm not aware of that thing, but yes, here it is little bit similar, because it is autonomous. Until unless there is any no human intervention, it is not. It is the autonomous uh, machine. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to the automation has played a key role in managing data for a long time. So basically, this is the four major key points. I feel that if the automation or the AI take care of this data management system, then the backups of data can be planned, can be done as per the need. Like for example, what happened? We need to back up our data in a very frequent way, or weekly basis, or like for example quarterly basis, based on our need, right? Because we have we have a fear within our mind that, okay, if the data missed, then what I should do? The data is very important, right? Now, that fear can be managed. That fear can be overcome by using the AI management system. Because if we conceptualize this neural engine in such a way that it will realize, it will analyze, it will predict the situation uh, of the entire database, that when it will going to crash, when it will going to impacted by the external viruses or any other intruders or any other cyber attackers to capture the information, then AI itself will either heal the database entirely, or it will first take the entire backup very quickly, and then remove all the informations from the actual or mother data management system to save the information, or even it will encrypt entire data within very within a second, within a microsecond, so that the encrypted data can't be decrypted by someone else. Similarly, automated discovery, protection, and workload balancing. Like for example, if the AI can understand that, okay, my this data server has a huge amount of data storage system or data traffic, then I need to channelize this data traffic to someone else, some other data servers for certain amount of time, not for all the time. Based on the situation, based on the criteria, it will do that. Okay. And then it will be beneficial for some for the business to not every time channelize the data to some other server which might not even need to be used, because the alone data server can handle the entire data. Only because of some fraction of seconds the data is high, and that's why as there is a logic, the data will pass it to that another server to be used. Okay, so this is the workload balancing thing that AI can handle. Let's quickly go for to our last slide, that is the business impact. So this is basically the business impact: improve of operational efficiencies that I already explained, but also I can say that in enterprises often struggle to ensure that database systems are running efficiently. Queries are that overload the system, consume excessive resources, or impact other running jobs not only impact performance but also require manual resources to rectify. So AI can help by automating the management of queries based on their likely resources consumption, providing a more stable and reliable system that can prioritize queries, reducing manual governance and monitoring of the database. Second one is the improved query performance and accuracy. So AI-enabled database query can have a dramatic impact on increasing the overall accuracy of or confidence in the query results. By executing queries in a more efficient manner, enterprises can lower the time taken to generate insight and improve business decisions. Third one is empower business analysts. So one of the primary challenges when doing this analytics has been to democratize the technology to enable a broader range of people to be able to make analytics-driven decisions. Accelerating the development of AI-based applications can be enabled the output of machine learning models to be placed in the hands of domain experts and business decision makers. Last but not the least is the accelerate data scientists' productivity. So accessing and preparing data is one of the three most significant barriers to ML adoption. An AI-enabled database can help to overcome this barrier to insight by accelerating data exploration and lowering the development times, though the integration of developer tools and framework. So this is all about the business impact if we use database management system in collaboration with AI system. So let's go to our last slide. So this is all from my side. If anyone have any question, they can raise. So George asked me one question that Google Cloud or Files Flow, for example, Data Fabric. See, George, it's not about GCP. It's not about Azure. I'm saying that don't go with the tool. Just go with the logic that whatever tools is going to be in the market, whatever tools will give you the efficient data management or data indexing thing, data manipulation, augmentation, and all, then you need to use that tool, and that is the concept of data fabric. Hope I am able to give you the proper answer. Okay, Sarin give you the question of some examples of data fabric could be data voice and Google Cloud. Yeah, that you can say that. Thanks. Okay. Okay, question done from my side. Anything? Anyone else? Okay, so I guess we can end the session because we have done. Thank you everyone, and have a great weekend. Bye bye.